Hello students, today we will discuss about role of phase transfer catalysts on nucleophilic substitution reactions. First we will see what is a phase transfer catalyst. A phase transfer catalyst is a catalyst that facilitates the migration of a reactant from one phase to another phase where the reaction occurs. Ionic reactants are often soluble in aqueous phase. That's why they are insoluble in organic phase, and therefore they don't like to react in the organic phase. However, if we use phase transfer catalyst, then they could be soluble in the organic phase and they can react in the organic phase. The catalyst helps to migrate and solubilize the salts in the organic phase. By using phase transfer catalyst, one can achieve faster reactions, higher yields, fewer byproducts, and eliminate the need of expensive and dangerous solvents that would dissolve all the reactants in one phase. These are the advantages of using phase transfer catalyst. Now we will see an example. Suppose we are doing a nucleophilic substitution reaction on one bromohexane using sodium cyanide. Now sodium cyanide will be dissolved in water. However, one bromohexane will be dissolved in organic phase. The two phases are immiscible. Therefore, there won't be any reactions. Okay. Now, then how we will do this reaction? So there is a problem that the two phases are separated and they are not, the reactants are not interacting with each other. So the reaction is not happening in normal condition. Now, if we use a phase transfer catalyst, suppose quaternary ammonium bisulfate, then the reaction happens. Here, quaternary ammonium bisulfate acts as a phase transfer catalyst. And also another type of phase transfer catalyst we can use, they are called crown ethers. Several quaternary ammonium salts such as tetrabutyl ammonium hydrogen sulfate, hexadecyl trimethyl ammonium hydrogen sulfate, benzyl triethyl ammonium hydrogen sulfates, these are commonly used as phase transfer catalysts, which are quaternary ammonium salts. Now we will discuss about the mechanism, how the phase transfer catalyst helps to do the reactions between helps to do the nucleophilic substitution reactions. Because of its nonpolar alkyl groups, the quaternary ammonium salt is soluble in nonpolar solvents. But because of its charge, it is also soluble in water. That means the quaternary ammonium salts are soluble in both organic and in aqueous medium. Okay, and therefore it can migrate in between the two phases, and it acts as a mediator between the two immiscible phases. When a phase transfer catalyst such as tetrabutyl ammonium hydrogen sulfate passes into the nonpolar organic phase from the aqueous phase, it must carry a counter ion with it to balance its positive charge. That means when a phase transfer catalyst migrates from aqueous phase, because it is a charged compound, it will stay at aqueous phase, but it can also migrate to the organic phase. Then it will take a counter ion with it to balance the charge, to maintain the charge neutrality. The counter ion can be either the original counter ion which is used with the quaternary ammonium salt, that is hydrogen sulfate, or it can be the other counter ion which is the reactant in the reaction, such as the cyanide ion. Because cyanide ion is excess and ammonium tetrabutyl ammonium hydrogen sulfate is used in catalytic amount, so cyanide is excess in the reaction medium and it will be the major component which will accompany to the organic phase with the tetrabutyl ammonium salt. Once in the organic phase, cyanide ion can react with the alkyl halide. Now the quaternary ammonium ion will pass back into the aqueous phase, carrying with it either hydrogen sulfate or bromide, which is liberated as a leaving group after the nucleophilic substitution reaction happens. as a counter ion. That means after the reaction is finished, the tetrabutyl ammonium salt will pass back from the organic phase to the aqueous phase, and in this time another counter ion, which it could be hydrogen sulfate or it could be the bromide, which is a leaving group, it can come to the aqueous phase, and the reaction continues with the phase transfer catalyst settling back and forth between the two phases. Clear? Now if we see in this picture, in the organic phase, initially starting materials, alkyl bromide was there, and in the aqueous phase sodium cyanide was there. After adding the tetrabutyl ammonium hydrogen sulfate as a phase transfer catalyst, the tetrabutyl ammonium cyanide will pass through the organic to the organic phase, and the reaction will occur to form the bromide ion, which will accompany with the tetrabutyl ammonium salt, and it will pass back to the aqueous phase, and this way they will migrate through to and from the two phases, and therefore the reaction will be facilitated. Now we will discuss about crown ethers. What are crown ethers? Crown ethers are also can be used as a phase transfer catalyst. Crown ethers are cyclic compounds that have several ether linkages. A crown ether especially binds certain metal ions or organic molecules depending on the size of the cavity. Binding occurs as a result of interaction of the positively charged ion with the lone pair electrons of the oxygen that points into the cavity of the crown ether. If I show you a picture of a crown ether, suppose this is a crown ether, this is called 15 crown 5. I will tell you what this 15 and 5 means. You see here the oxygen atoms in the cyclic compound, their lone pairs are pointing towards the cavity of the center. This crown ether forms cavities inside the circle of different sizes depending on the size of the crown ethers. Here you can see this is a crown ether with smaller cavity. This is a crown ether with little bigger cavity, and this is another crown ether which with much larger cavity. So these oxygen lone pairs which are pointing towards the center of the circle, they can coordinate with metal ions and also some other positively charged ions. Clear? Now this way the crown ether can act as a host, and the species which is binding with it is called guest. Now the crown ether named X crown Y, where X is the total number of atoms, only carbon and oxygen we will count here, and the Y is the total number of oxygen in the ring. Suppose this is a crown ether, this is called 15 crown 5. 15 means total number of carbon and oxygen, and 5 means total number of oxygen only. So it produces a cavity diameter which ranges from 1.7 to 2.2 angstrom, and this matches nicely with the sodium plus as a guest, and it can bind with sodium very efficiently. However, a smaller crown ether such as 12 crown 4, it produces a cavity size of less cavity diameter of 12 crown 4 is 1.2 to 1.5 angstrom, and it can bind nicely with lithium. And a bigger crown ether which is 18 crown 6, it produces a cavity diameter 2.6 to 3.2 angstrom, which is good for potassium ion to be coordinated or encapsulated. Okay, now we will see how crown ether works as a phase transfer catalyst. The remarkable property of crown ether is that they allow inorganic salts to be dissolved in nonpolar organic solvents, as we discuss about the other phase transfer catalyst, tetrabutyl ammonium salts, and thus permitting many reactions to be carried out in the nonpolar solvents that otherwise would not be possible. Example, if we see a nucleophilic SN2 reaction with this bromide with the potassium acetate. Here you see potassium acetate is soluble in aqueous phase. Here is the same problem, and the alkyl bromide is soluble in non-polar solvents such as benzene. So there will not be any reaction in normal condition. Now if we use 18 crown 6, what will happen? The 18 crown 6 will coordinate the potassium ion inside the cavity, and it will migrate from aqueous phase to organic phase, and the acetate will migrate with it as a counter ion, and it will react with the alkyl bromide to form the to produce the nucleophilic substitution reaction. Potassium acetate can be dissolved in a non-polar solvent such as benzene if 18 crown 6 is added to the solution. The crown ether binds potassium in its cavity, and the nonpolar crown ether potassium complex dissolves in benzene along with the acetate ion to maintain electrical neutrality. Now the crown ether here is acting as a phase transfer catalyst, as you understood. It is bringing the reactant into the phase where it is needed. Clear? Now you see, but acetate is a less good nucleophile in aqueous medium because it is highly solvated, but it will be a good nucleophile in the organic phase because in a polar aprotic solvent or a non-polar solvent, you know the nucleophilicity increases if there is less solvating effect. Okay, so this is how crown ethers promoted nucleophilic substitution reaction SN2 by encapsulating the potassium ion and thereby transporting the acetate ion to the organic phase. Okay, so this is the mechanism how phase transfer catalyst improves the reaction yield and reaction rate of nucleophilic substitution reactions. I hope you guys understood the topic. Okay, thank you for your kind attention.